Hey there. I thought I'd show you a practice routine that I came up with several years ago. My funny name for it is Conjugating CAGED. When I was a kid, we used to have to conjugate our verbs, and we're not really conjugating chords here, but I like alliteration, so it seemed like a fun name. This is not an introduction to how to use CAGED. It assumes that you are already pretty familiar with the different CAGED shapes, but I practice this on a daily basis so that I can, my hands can grab all of those shapes very easily, very quickly. So it may help you. Just take a look, watch a little bit, and if it makes sense to you, that's great. If not, there's definitely lots more to look at on YouTube these days other than me. So, basic idea of CAGED is just that there are 5 different chord shapes that we use. There's a C, there's an A, there's a G, there's an E, and there's a D. Now, when we structure these in a different way, then we can play the same chord using different shapes on different parts of the neck. And this comes in really handy when you're playing with other people, or you want to change the voicing of a chord or something like that. And it also can make certain things to play a lot easier. So let me demonstrate here. Here is a C chord, and I'm using the C shape. Here's another C chord, but I'm using the A shape. So C, A, and some people like to do it with the 3rd finger. I like the 4th for whatever reason. So I've got C shape, A shape, but I'm still playing a C chord. C, A, G is the next shape. So that's the shape that I use for a G. Now, technically it should look like this. I don't find this as easy to grab, so I generally just do this, and I don't play the top string because that would make it a 6th. So I've got C, and these are all C chords. C, A, G. Next one is an E shape, and probably most everybody is familiar with this one. That again is a C. So we've got C, A, G, E, and then our last one is the D shape. And again, technically, you would do it like this to get all the notes in. I don't find that as easy to grab. You may, totally up to you. So I just do it this way, and I don't play the top note or the top string or the bottom string, and I get a perfectly acceptable C chord in a D shape. And then that whole system repeats as you keep climbing up the neck. So we've got C, A, G, E, D. And again, I'm playing C chords. These are all C chords. Again, it repeats C, A, and it gets pretty tough doing it up there. So I generally don't practice, up too much higher than that. But my usual routine then is to do something like this. And then reverse it. So I've maintained C chords all the way through, but I've used all of the different shapes, the different chord shapes, C, A, G, E, and D. Now, that's a pretty good little exercise for grabbing all those chords. But Lord knows life is not composed completely of C chords. So then I basically just modulate, or I go up to a C sharp or a D flat, whichever one you want to call it, and do the same thing. Again, then I'll go chromatically up to D. And here, instead of starting with the C shape, I'm going to start with the D shape. So we've got D, C, Sorry, here, I'll just play the chords like my exercise here. And on and on and on, just chromatically. And I keep working from C. I go all the way up and all the way down. Go to C sharp, D flat, whichever you prefer, all the way up, all the way down, D, etc., etc., etc. So I have found this to be really useful because it gives me a lot quicker access to these different chord voicings. For instance, let me just take a 1, 4, 5 example. We'll play A, D, and E. Now you could play, you know, A, D, and E down here, but a lot of us will gravitate towards the middle of the neck and we'll play A, D, and E like this. And that's all very well and fine. That keeps you in a small portion of the neck, but you can be even more efficient if you play A here, D here, and E there. Wow, look at that. You just barely are moving at all. So anyway, there we have 1, 4, 5, and I'm playing actually in the key of B. So don't want to get too far down that road, but anyway, give this a try if it interests you, and you know, hope it helps a little bit. It's been a really good exercise for me to do on a daily basis. Enables me to grab pretty much any of those chord shapes right away. Thanks for watching. Sorry about my voice. I've got COVID.